Queensland residents are being urged to prepare for the worst as Tropical Cyclone Alfred is expected to make landfall near Brisbane. Tropical Cyclone Alfred, the system off the southeast Queensland coast, has been upgraded to a Category 2 and is likely to change direction heading towards Brisbane.
Panic buying is already affecting supermarkets, with residents stripping shelves of essential products and council sandbags. All Brisbane City cat and ferry services have been suspended and moved to a safer location.
Cyclone Alfred is almost upon us here now. The wind down here, it's unlike anything I have ever seen before in my past 2 years of filming this series. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I know it probably won't be good. Now, it's Monday and Alfred is expected to make landfall as a Category 2 on Thursday, but we're meant to start getting heavy winds, rain before that. And well, we can definitely check off those heavy winds. Rain is meant to be coming through very soon. There's a lot of clouds above right now. It's been very windy for the past few weeks, but now it's starting to get me a bit concerned, because at any second something could snap, something could break. All of my tents are at risk. This entire encampment is at risk, not just from falling branches, but from flooding, heavy downpours of rain. Now, of course, there's always the chance Alfred decides, nah, don't want to do this, and leaves me relatively alone. Or there's the chance it hits at full force, wipes this place out, branches come crashing down, floods rage through. It would be unlike anything I've probably seen down here, as long as the encampment's been here at least. Now, I've seen floods here in the past before the encampment, and they're not pretty. I knew sooner or later one would come, but I wasn't expecting it now. Once again, the storage tent has fallen. If I can't get this thing to stay up before the rain falls, everything under here will be destroyed. I don't know what to do. I'm running out of ideas on how to fix this thing. The wind is just too much. 120 kilometers per hour. It's too much. And every other tent is at risk of just snapping clean in half. I don't know how much time I have left until it's too much. Let's fix the storage tent, or attempt to, because this will probably be my last time to try and get it fixed before it's too late. You can see the wind is quite literally just snapping the pieces right off. If this doesn't hold up, I don't know what will. I don't know what's going to happen next, guys. I'm a bit nervous for it. So, I guess we'll just have to see. But hey, if I want to make it to having Scarlet, King Bob, King Toast and Spicy over, I'm going to have to make it through Cyclone Alfred first. I guess we'll see if there's anything left of the encampment after this, eh? My tripod broke. Well, that's inconvenient. Served me well, good 2 years. But it really had to break at one of the most inconvenient times possible. You know, just in case things go a bit south, which is quite possible, what do you say we take a little tour around the encampment? We haven't done that in a while, and who knows if it'll ever be the same. I'm just gonna kind of do things. Nothing could become of this, nothing could actually happen, but better to be prepared. Better safer than sorry, as they say. I guess first person mode. Oh, been a while. We've got the main tent here, of course the side tent, which has seen better days, you know. We got in here, which is quite lovely. We've got our table, which is sinking. Got some nice stuff here. We've got our plant, the first anniversary rock, which is slowly kind of fading away, to be honest, but we come around here. Got our original storage. That thing goes way back in my school sock. Oh. My sign, which is dying on me. My Xbox power brick. New vibes. And then we got, you know, a beautiful little garden area right here. In fact, the tree slayer, if you ask me. It needs to get firmly in that ground. And things looking good here. Paranormal tent, bloodier than ever. You'd love to see it. Of course, our little drums. I'm so scared something's going to come down and just kill me, which would be unfortunate because then I won't be able to get this video out. We've got our door lean-to, a lovely little seating area. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't gone and checked out Beach Theme Life, it's a new series on the channel, go check it out. It's all about that tent over there. So if you want to know all about that, Beach Theme Life, that's the series to be on. Okay, so then over here we've got the dining tent. This thing keeps falling. Got a little wavy cat. I love that. Yeah, let's put this back. It's probably going to be back on the ground soon anyway. Our other little seating area. The bush gym, which I barely use, but oh well. I would say the wind's cleaned the roof off quite a lot. Of course, we have King Toast's tent right here, looking nice and toasty with its beautiful array of toasters. Of course, in my old boots, and all the cool stuff here. In here, we have what remains of what was the Season 2 encampment, and seems a branch has come down and knocked the side of this out, but as I said, this is nature can do what it wants with this area. I'm no longer going to be adding or fixing anything here. But of course, if you do want to watch Bush Life Season 2, check it out on the channel. The series is done and over, and Season 1 is still going. I know, unusual, but fun. Got our beautiful, lovely pond area here, looking great as ever. Of course, the bush plant doing real well since we snapped that other half off. It's even got a whole new shoot growing. How cool is that? And I mean, coming over to here, get the storage tent. Hopefully this holds up. Hopefully it's okay. This thing's had a rough life, you know, it really has. I feel like a lot of these later episodes have been focused on this thing and stuff like that. has heard thunder. Oh hey, this branch is new. And the year's tent, of course, which says how long I've been doing this encampment. Let's hope this encampment's here for 3 years, eh? Because that's debatable. And of course we've got the garden tent as well. Still having that hole punctured through it. It's broken a bit. Let's hope it holds on. And that tree's really growing back. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about what comes next, you know, but I guess we just have to see. You know, I do wonder if this cyclone is finally going to be what takes this side of the tree down, you know? Look at how much worse the cracks got, and I know I haven't really documented it in ages, but look at the tiny hut sign. That thing is so faded away and destroyed. And then the flood tent too. Well, this thing's more of an experiment to see how a tarp would hold up in the actual flood waters. So if it does actually flood and the water does come up high enough, well, this might not be around for much longer. To be fair, I thought it was going to be gone a lot sooner, but well, here we are. Let's see what happens. And then the chain here, of course, could be destroyed as well, depending on how high the waters come. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's going to be interesting to see. I'll give it that. And hopefully the bridge can hold its own this time round, because last time it was a nightmare. And well, even though the creek plant is dead, it will probably get washed away, never to be seen again. So it's nice knowing you, buddy. If the water does come up far enough, the flood tent here is right in the firing line as well, so we might be saying goodbye to 2 tents potentially. I guess we just have to see what happens. This could be our last look at the flood tent, who knows? Guess we have to just see what happens. And well, as for now, it's just a waiting game to wait and see over these next few days and maybe even weeks how Cyclone Alfred advances and whether it's going to be as destructive as they're saying or it's going to end up dying down like that one in Florida not too long ago did. Not Milton, the other one. But so right now it's not looking good, so I guess just stay tuned and see what happens. There's an odd calm this morning. There's no wind. The sky's blue and bright, which is quite the difference from the past few days we've had. And Alfred's meant to be at a Cat 2 now, yet things are more peaceful than ever. I'm a little confused. Is this just a calm before the storm, or what is this? Why is everything so just weirdly calm? Yeah, I don't know how much a fan I am of this. It's been way too windy, rainy these past few days. And then there's just sun, no wind. Yet Alfred's still here. It's almost as like he's just disappeared, actually. In fact, most of the news reporters, they usually reported on this every second, but right now it seems to have become a slow, apart from the odd article saying it's gone up to a Cat 2. So I don't know what's happened. As far as I know, Alfred's still gonna hit, so I'm a little confused about what's going on here, but I guess time will tell. Time will tell. the heck? Oh, got a friend. Hello, sir. He's my friend. You gonna go back on the tree, buddy? Yeah. On that tree, bud. Come on. I can't really see you. Oh, he's kinda. Oh, there we go. You want it? There we go. Hey, bud. Yeah, you're a big boy, aren't you? Temperatures are cooling down, wind's picking up. We're just hours from Alfred making landfall. Before I know it, this entire place could be underwater. I've looked at the expected rainfall, and if we get the amount they're saying, it's not going to be pretty. Now, it's flooded up here before, but it wasn't that severe, but if we get this expected amount of rainfall, well, to put things into perspective, in the first flood, the water reached about here. Only about that high. But with this one, you'll be looking more around here, potentially even higher, I'm not too sure. Last I checked, that's not good, and really starting to see the effects of Alfred coming in now, and it's gone from just kind of a, you know, oh, there's a cyclone coming to, oh, there's a cyclone coming, and it's starting to feel a bit more real now, so I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of extra prep, and I don't have much time. It's making landfall between now and tomorrow, and rain's meant to start coming in today, and once that rain starts, I don't know if it's gonna stop. This is probably the last time I'm going to be able to get across the creek to the encampment before I get flooded out, so I just have to do what I can now. I think I'm going to start by moving this up higher. You know what? Let's turn it on, eh? Turn it on. Right, it's on. So, in case the encampment isn't going to survive and doesn't make it through this, it can go down in a blaze of glory, you know? All lights blaring, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the way we're going to do this. Take it down in glory if this is how it's going to go. Alright, it's up along the top. Hopefully things are nice and bright down here tonight while the equivalent of the world ending happens down here. Stuff like this is all going to have to be moved up to the storage tent because the wind keeps knocking it down. And if the water reaches here, I may as well just kiss it goodbye if I leave it here. Now, there is a chance the water could actually make it to the storage tent this time around. So I'm going to have to do a bit of extra prep there to, even if the water gets there, at least hope there's a chance it doesn't float away. Now, it shouldn't be as strong up there if it does, so I reckon I've got a good chance, but I'll just have to see what I can do. Alright, next up my plan is to head over to King Toast's tent. All of the stuff in there I want to move up here, because I reckon there's a good chance that could get flooded in and washed away if the water reaches. So I don't want to risk that, because I don't think I'm going to be able to find those kind of things again for free. And yeah, that ain't money I want to spend on toasters to shove in the bush. So I'm going to just kind of store that up all here and hope for the best. This is quite literally just hoping for the best. It's the calm before the storm right here, guys. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it's probably going to be brutal. Look, I ain't kidding, guys. This has the potential to be the worst disaster since I've made the encampment down here. If this is as bad as they're saying it's going to be, the entire encampment could, or a good half of it could just get wiped. Just utterly destroyed. So I'm going to have to do what I can now to prepare, because I don't know if I'm going to get another chance. Like, look, I'm looking forward to this cyclone at the end of the day. Like, some good rain, mix life up a bit, you know, but the destruction side is never good. Like, so close to finishing this project as well, and I could get set back maybe half a year of work. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, before I had all my friends over, I wanted to have it in a relatively complete state, but now I could be set back a year if I'm unlucky. I don't know what's going to happen, other than my ear being itchy just then. Look, I could get lucky and the water never even reaches the encampment, or this could be the worst disaster here to date. Well, it's all part of the fun. I knew what I signed up for when I started this. Let's see what happens. I mean, hey, I was going to finish the project anyway, so I guess we may as well finish it off with a bang. And of course, rest in peace to the original chili plant. I've done all I can. There's not much more I can pack away now. Everything else is just gonna have to stay how it is, and we just hope for the best from here on out. Not much more I can do. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens next. So Jeffrey, how are you feeling about all this cyclone flood and stuff? You know, you hype, you excited, you worried, or still annoyed at me for whacking you with an axe for so long? Like, what's the story?
Well, look, quite frankly, I believe this whole cyclone is more of a problem for you than it is me. Not gonna lie, I am a tree on the ground. It does not affect me at all.
You do you, bud. You do. I mean, you're not wrong. This does more affect me than you, so...
Yes, that is what I just said, moron.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave you to it, Jeffrey. I hope you have a good cyclone.
Just leave me alone.
Let's see what happens with me.
Who cares?
Must say, I'm a little worried, but also a little excited to see what happens, you know. But I think it's time. I should probably head up, you know, charge my phone, charge anything that needs charging in case I lose power. And yeah, there's nothing much more I can do now than just sit, wait, and see what happens. So, well, it's finally time. After all those weeks of hearing about Alfred, it's finally time for Alfred to make his move. Also, it turns out the reason yesterday was so calm and almost as if there was no cyclone is because, and I missed this actually in the news, I completely missed this part, but before Alfred hit us, he was actually going to do a kind of like a U-turn, you know. We kind of went out to sea a bit, did a little side quest, and then he came back. So that's why yesterday was a lot more clear and less windy. Just a normal day, so it quite literally was the calm before the storm. And now it's just a waiting game. Any hour of today could mark the beginning of Alfred. I mean, hey, the bush pond's probably looking real forward to all of this, aren't you, bush plant? Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, all you fellas, you're looking forward to all that beautiful rain that's going to come down. I'm not happy for you guys. I'm glad you're all getting watered, you know. So, like, it's good stuff. Well, guys, gotta head up now, make some last minute preparations up at the house. And I guess depending on what happens, any further monitoring of the encampment and the floods and everything will be happening from the flood tent, as long as that stands and holds strong. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I don't think I'll be back. If the rain actually hits and we get what they're saying, I'm not going to be back across the encampment. This is it. This is it. When I leave now, everything I've done is how it's going to stay when this thing hits. So I'm just going to have to hope that what I've done is enough to withstand the force of this cyclone. I guess we'll see what happens. Whatever happens next, it's out of my control. All I can do is watch, observe, and just see what happens. So I guess, without any further ado, let's get ready for this thing and check back in when the fun started. Alright guys, I know I said I won't be back around in the encampment, but I did just come by quickly. You know when you just get this feeling that you've left something behind, or not that you've left it behind, but you just gotta check, you just gotta make sure. I had to come by and make sure anything in the firing line wasn't. I had to just double check, just peace of mind. And yeah, I think I'm all good. Apart from the waterfall on the roof here, it seems to be okay. The storage tent is it's meant to be more up there, but it's holding up well enough. The main stuff is this box in here. That's the main part I want to keep safe. So, yeah, hopefully all is well. And, yeah, now for real this time, I probably won't be back on this end of the creek until after Cyclone Alfred is done. But you can see everything's kind of piling up with water. The creek hasn't really gotten too high yet. This is just kind of like, it's not too much rain at the moment, but I know it's going to pick up later tonight. There's a chance I'll probably wake up tomorrow when the creek itself will be flooded, but it might take another day or two of continuous rain to actually reach the encampment, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess we may as well. One last little good luck, knock the water off. Guess I may as well put this rock just up on this sinking table. It's probably going to sink more. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, holy moly, is that a Richard in there? Who knows? I guess we'll see what happens. I love how you can see the colour of this tarp slowly fading. It's just going all white from blue. Crazy. And look at the build-up on it. It's insane, but... Well, actually, no, hold on. This is all, like, flopped off. You can see that was there. How's that happen? Like, you see, all of that's meant to be like that. How'd it move? What? How'd that happen? I have no idea. I feel like that's a sign we're in for a rough one. Good luck, buddy. I'm like so nervous that all of this is going to be destroyed. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm probably not going to see you again, Creek Plant. I know you're already dead, but adios. Okay, wind and rain picking up. Head into the flood tent quickly just for a bit of shelter. Alright, this spot's just kind of like my little safe haven right now. But well, it's nice and dry in here. It's cozy. It is quite cozy, but for how much longer, I don't know. Tell the ants have been here. I'm not gonna lie, there's a bit of a strange smell under here. It's a bit... Ugh. It's stinky, I don't really know what it is, but... it doesn't smell great. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of whatever it is. Ugh. Oh, what is that smell? There's something in here? Hello? What kind of ancient
creature have I unearthed or something? Oh, whoa, there's a fat spider in there. Look at that. Look at him. Oh, there he goes. Wasn't him making the smell, I can guarantee you that. He's moving around somewhere in there, they can hear him. Birds are going a bit crazy. I think the rain's not really going to go away, but it's a bit more of a calm point. I'm going to take this chance to go back up to the house. But yeah, I guess this is home base for a while, the flood tent. This is home base. There are all the chances I wake up tomorrow and this thing's underwater though. We shall see. Afternoon soon came. The sun poked out. But little did I know, this was the last time the encampment would see sunlight until after Cyclone Alfred. Welcome to our all-new base camp. I figured, since I probably won't be over at the encampment for quite a few days, I may as well get myself nice and cozy here in the flood tent for however long it may survive. Now, I've got a few little things to add to it, some additions, shall we say, so we can really call this place home for the next few days. So without any further ado, while we've got ourselves this lovely break in the rain, let's get to work. Right now, you're probably wondering what the point of this rope is. And the point of it is... Oh, branches came crashing down. The point of it is, if the flood tent is destroyed in the following events, I just want this rope to serve as a little reminder of the fact it was here once, because I'm not going to rebuild it or anything. If this thing gets destroyed in this flood, that's it. The flood tent will be gone. So, figured why not set up just a little weird something just to kind of indicate and remember that it was here at some point, kind of like a gravestone, but for a tent, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. A lot of people don't understand how my brain works, but it makes sense to me. So that's what we're going with. I like it, I'm happy with it. If all else fails, the tent's destroyed and this entire area succumbs to the wrath of Alfred and the creek water, then, well, let this rope be a reminder to future me that flood tent once stood tall and proud right here. Right, so coming in to the flood tent itself, now of course we've got this, I think this was like episode 34 we did this little flood meter, which was meant to kind of just indicate, if I could get it out of all of this stuff, it's a bit stuck over the years. But, yeah, this was meant to kind of indicate how high floodwaters were meant to get. There's a piece of it somewhere in there, a brick it's connected to, and I don't really know where or what it does right now, but it is in there. and the encampment is just across from there. But anyway, coming back onto this side of the flood tent, I've got just a little something here. I know it's a bit wonky, it's the best I could do, but just a little something to store stuff in. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's just there in case I need it. And then a nice little cushion, so I have something a bit nicer to sit on. It's an old cushion, so it doesn't really matter if it does get lost, but just at least try and keep it. I've kind of tied it to a rope, and hopefully that holds its own. But yeah, this is the flood tent now. I never thought I'd give it a bit of an upgrade, but I thought this is where I'm going to be spending the next few days down here. I may as well make it at least a little bit more cozier and have a little bit more life to it. Oh, it's stuck. Where's that thing stuck? There we go. Well, let me get that stick out of the face. There we go. This is cozy. It's cozy, this is nice. Doesn't smell as bad as before either, so figured I'd just kind of sit here, you know, and just kind of have a little chill session, you know? Just wind down a bit. This, may as well get cozy, you know, this is base camp for the next few days, so just kind of settling into my new tent, and it may be small, but it works, so that's good for me. This will offer a good base of operations to observe the flooding, while giving me some shelter for as long as it stands. So it's kind of it's a bit of a sacrifice, you know. This tent, it'll probably go down in the flood if it really is as bad as they say, and well, it's good. It's offered me a bit of protection. It should hopefully serve me a bit longer before it's too late and before it kind of reaches the point of no return where I can't reach it anymore because the water's too high. It gets to that point, so hopefully it'll serve us well in its potential final hours. But I figured, you know what, why not take a little just chill, sit down, relax time. We've been quite busy. It's been a little bit stressful as well, you know, just getting everything ready, trying to set everything up. It's been quite a thing, and heading into Thursday when Alfred is meant to strike, in fact he's meant to strike tonight, could be potentially a category 3 as well, we don't know yet. There's so many unknown factors that make this just a big old what if, you know? I have prepared for the absolute worst. Nothing could become of this. It could just be a standard flood and nothing gets destroyed. Or it could be catastrophic, I don't know. All I've done is do my best to prepare for the absolute worst case scenario. That's all you can do. But I figured we take this time to just chill, relax, and just take a step back, you know? A lot's been happening. Figured it might be nice to just sit like this. So just have a few seconds of silence. Oh, that felt good. That felt good, you know? I remember a while back, I think I was maybe 11 at the time. I'm not sure, I can't quite remember the specifics, but there was, I don't know if it was a cyclone or what it was, but that was something that caused a major flooding event. And in my time of existing, this was like the worst flood event that I had ever witnessed, and still to this day it is the worst I have witnessed. And you know, I remember waking up at night and like you kind of have the bush split into 3 halves. I'll try my best to explain it to you guys. We've got the back half, which is across the creek, that's my encampment. The middle half, that's kind of where the flood tent here is put, and then the upper half, which is just this big open paddock. It's where I did my camp out for my birthday special last year, if you've seen those ones. So it's kind of where that area is, and then there's a fence which kind of separates the bush from the house area, essentially. And right, the fence it's pretty far from the creek, like that. For water to reach that fence, that's got to be a lot of water. And this one time, when I think I was like 11, something, I don't know, it did actually reach there. It reached that back fence for the first time and only time, as far as I know. It's never gotten that high before, and it still hasn't reached such heights since. Like it was crazy. I can't even begin to imagine the damage that would have caused to the encampment if it was existent at that point.
Like, it would have caused so much damage, like, I don't even know if it'd be repairable. And now here we are, faced with the chance of that happening again. And, you know, I was meant to finish this encampment project pretty soon, you know? I was up to my last project, actually, before I made this video. I was just waiting for my friends to come down. We have a good bit of fun down here and have a little camp out with King Toast, hopefully, but then I'd go and do the final bridge project, some other special things, and it'd be done. The encampment would be finished, the project would be done, but now I don't know if it will ever be finished. If too much damage is sustained, I'm not gonna be able to fix it. This has been a project over the course of 2 and a bit years now, and originally I didn't want to spend money on it, but I got kind of invested in it a bit later, and I did put quite a bit of money into it, so to have that lost, and if too much gets destroyed, I probably won't bother to fix it. It would cost me too much, and some of the stuff I have just isn't replaceable, so to speak. So if I do lose certain things, like the main tent's annex is an old caravan annex, I can't get that back. If that's lost, that's just the end of that story, you know? So I'm in a bit of a tricky spot here. So close to finishing, yet it still feels so far with the uncertainty of what's going to happen next, and yeah, it's a weird feeling, but at the same time I'm also kind of excited to see what happens. Like, this hasn't happened, the encampment's never been up against a cyclone before, and I think this is the first cyclone to hit the Queensland coast in a number of years, so it is pretty exciting at the same time. Like, whatever happens will happen. It's beyond my control now. I've done all the best I can. All I can do is be glad I got to do what I did the time I did. If I can't fix the encampment, well, I'll still have Scarlet, King Bob, King Toast. They'll all come over. But I don't know what I'll do after that regarding this series. Like, this cyclone, whatever damage it causes, is going to determine the fate of this series forever. Like, originally I was going to carry this on, finish the project and document the whole nature taking back, which I guess either way I could still do, but I don't know, depending on what happens, it's going to change a lot of factors for me regarding this project and where I take it next, and I can't really give an answer on what I decide until I know the aftermath of Cyclone Alfred. So I guess just bear with me. We'll see what happens, A little bit nervous, but all I can do now is wait. Alfred will hit tonight. The rain will start coming in around 10 PM. I may wake up tomorrow and this tent will already be under, or I'll wake up tomorrow and nothing's changed. I don't know. It's all a guessing game. It's all a waiting game. I guess just have to wait and see. If you've been following along for this entire series, I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along on this journey. And if this is it, if this is where it ends, at least we went out with a bang, eh? It's a great 2 and a bit years. And honestly, if this is how bush life may end, I'm okay with it. It'll go out with a bang. It'd be an epic final few episodes. Like, if it's gonna be that way, it'll be. So, that's enough chit chat. I'm gonna kind of just maybe chill here for a bit, soak up what could potentially be one of my last times in this tent, and kookaburras are gonna do their thing. Guess we'll see what happens next. Been sitting down here for about an hour now, just enjoying myself, enjoying my time here. I think I'm gonna head up though. Mosquitoes are a bit mosquito-y, not great. But
yeah. Don't know what's gonna happen next. I've said that like 1,000 times. So, I guess it's time to leave this alone for now, and I guess this will be the end of today. Nice view out of the tent here. Pretty good. Serving me well. But what we get. Who knows? This might all be underwater by tomorrow. I don't know. But this is going to be my last update for today. Tomorrow's Cyclone Day, so see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so I know I was going to end that there, but it's night now. It's about 7. It's starting to rain, and we just got this warning issued out. Everyone's been sent it. As far as I know, everyone in the area's got this. So yeah, just thought I'd tag this in and yeah, see what happens, eh? Gonna have a nice snack, get ready for bed, see what we wake up to. Hey guys, welcome to Thursday morning where, you know, there's blue sky, maybe a bit of wind. The sun ain't quite out, it's quite bright though, so it is shining through the clouds, but it's still hidden behind those clouds. But it's bright enough to make it appear as if there's got sun out, but no, if you'd asked me if a cyclone's happening right now, I'd say you're delusional. Hey, it rained a bit through the night, but overall, the creek hasn't really gone up at all, you know. It's flowing a bit, but, you know, that's about it. Like, down here, it's like, it's chill. It is chill. Nothing's happening. Like, we've got a bit of wind. I don't know what's happening. Now, Alfred's actually apparently been delayed. He's now not meant to hit till tomorrow at, like, 4 p.m. So, I don't know. To me, he seems like he's just procrastinating, stalling, you know? So I've even got myself wondering, is this thing even going to hit now? Because, like, I feel like it just keeps getting set back, and is anything even going to come of this, or have I just done all this preparation and all this worry and stuff, and all these other things that are going on just been for nothing? A few little swells at the beach, you know? Some minor flooding elsewhere, but I'm not really seeing anything. Like, it's a pretty chill day, actually. Got those early morning birds out there, you know. Right now, there's nothing really happening. It's honestly chill. Like, it's a good morning. So I've got myself wondering whether anything's even gonna happen anymore, because I'm getting told things are gonna happen, but then they never do. So I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical now about what's going on. Like, there's blue sky, yet when I look on the radar, it's meant to be raining right now, and well, last I checked, that ain't rain. That ain't rain. That ain't rain. It doesn't even look like rain's coming. It's just a good old happy day. So feels like we've been being bamboozled a bit, you know. I don't know what's happening. It's just a weirdly, normally chill day. Like, there's nothing really going to become of this after all of the warnings, panic, and stuff that's been happening. Is Cyclone Alfred just going to be nothing more than a nothing? Or are we being tricked? And it's just going to swoop us out of nowhere and knock us on our feet? I don't know. I'm going to be honest right now. A little bit unsure of what's happening, because it is meant to be pouring rain, but it's not. It looks nice. The sky's just getting bluer by the second. I've checked everything. Alfred's still on the collision course with us, so what's going on? What's going on? In fact, it moved further south to my location. Yet this is what I'm getting. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it's just more waiting. It's always waiting with Alfred, always waiting. See what happens. If there's one thing I've learned, so one of the best ways to tell if there's flooding coming is to look at the ants. So I've just found a heap on the ground, and let's see if I can find them getting up somewhere high, because that is an indication that flood is coming, and all of this is probably just false hope of safety. Look, it's still hiding behind the clouds, but it's just so bright. Alright, here are ants in question. And they're going this way. Oh, I think I see them all on that tree, actually. Let's check it out. They're going up or down, though. Oh. Where do they go after that? Don't know. They're hiding in it? Maybe. Oh, no, they're climbing me now. I'm not the tree. I see them through there. Climbing up. Definitely looks like they're making their way up, maybe? I don't know, it's hard to tell. Look, there's one there. See, I can't see any nests up there that would indicate anything, but... yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I know, that leaf there, look. There's quite a few of them on that one. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about just how chill and calm it is right now. Like yesterday, everyone was all bracing for impact, and now it's just a nice, happy day. Looking around, trying to find more evidence of ants up trees, but I'm not. I don't know. I know. I've got something. Right here. There's quite a few actually making their way up this tree here, but I don't see a nest. Maybe no, that's nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that weird looking thing, but it's not it. Wait, no, I found it. I found their nest. And it's a big one actually, right up in the tree, and they've made it real high. It's that thing right there, that big clump. That's their nest. That's their nest. And they've made that one real high. Now, last time we had a flood, their nest was only built to here. I don't know if the height indicates anything, but they're all the way up there today. They're up there, right? To put things into perspective, this is the creek. It's where it was before. This one's all the way up there. It's quite a difference, but okay. Well, they're all still up there, so I don't know. Does that mean there's still flood on the way? I trust you, ants. I guess. We just have to see what happens. I'll keep tabs on you guys, though. Good old Alfred out here doing loop-de-loops. I'm back down here in the bush. What do you know? The sun's back. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it has. But the wind is seriously picking up, so I figured, you know what, I've got an opportunity. I may as well make one last mad dash across to the encampment, and then that's it. This wind, if it keeps up, is too dangerous to cross. Too many big trees could fall, and I just want to double check everything one last time, because if the winds we're getting predicted, there's a good chance the tarps are just going to get ripped straight off the trees and everything's just going to get annihilated. So I want to at least try keep the lower stuff to the ground and just have a look to see if that stuff's going to be safe. I don't know what's going to happen here, but want to make it quick because the wind's just picking up by the hour, and Alfred is making his way slowly but surely towards us, so I'm going to do my best here, and yeah, one final checkup for good luck. didn't think I'd be back here, but here we are. But you know, the more I look around, the more I realize just how utterly stuffed I am. These winds are crazy. Oh. And this ain't even full force yet. I know why it was nice and sunny this morning now. Cyclone Alfred was sucking all the weather out so he could chuck it back at us later. That's what happens, like the calm before the storm, part 3, 4, I don't know how many times I've said it at this point, but Cyclone Alfred, he's been kind of playing us, but now it doesn't seem like he wants to hold back anymore, so I'm scared. Don't know what's gonna happen. Other than mass destruction of the encampment. That is the only logical thing I can think of. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take one last little look around. Anything low to the ground that may be in risk of flooding away, I'm gonna move to the storage tent. If there's even gonna be a storage tent or any tent left after this, I don't know. Honestly, from what I'm hearing on the news and seeing, there's not gonna be anything left to the encampment once this is over. I don't know how this is going to go, but at the moment, it's looking very, very bad. The wind itself is probably going to rip all of the tarps and just send them to the skies. It's not looking good. It's really not. I don't know if the encampment's going to survive this one, guys. I think the encampment's finally met its match. So I guess all I can do is take one last look around, head back to the flood tent, and wait things out. Oh boy, this is not gonna go down well. Alright, right here I've got the 400 subscriber special light. Now, if we get the floods that are still to be expected, it's gone. Eradicated, never to be seen again. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pluck it out of the ground and we'll put it back when this is over, right? I'm gonna go put this at the storage tent where it's a little bit safer. Oh, that's a big spider.
Look at the size of that. Oh my goodness, what is it even? Oh, that's its eggs. Gets its eggy waggies.
Holy moly! I'll leave you there, bud. I was gonna record a little thing here, but it's all yours, it's all yours. Enjoy riding out the cyclone. Guess we'll record here at the barrels. Now, before I filmed that little spider thing there, I heard a massive sound up that way. It sounded like one of the real big trees coming down, so there's one right behind me, so that's comforting. Look, words cannot explain how utterly doomed I am down here. I'm stuffed. The entire encampment is doomed. Everything is probably going to be destroyed. I said it. I think it's game over. I don't think I'm coming out of this unscathed at all. I'm doomed, and I can give you evidence why. These zippy ties that I put here to hold up the storage tent, right? Do you know how strong a zippy tie is? Do you know? You should know. If you ever use one, you know how strong they are. You can't pull them back apart, but the wind is loosening them. I'm doomed. If the wind is loosening these zippy ties, I have no hope. Well, before I don't return for real this time, yes, for real, and I've said this quite a bit, before I don't return for good across the creek, this wind is getting way too dangerous. It's not even rain or floods at the moment, it's the wind. I'm gonna take one last look around every single tent. Just double check it. Make sure I've got everything of value out of the way. And then we shall let the destruction begin. Right, I'm here at the flood tent now. I've said my goodbyes. I'm fully aware next time I come across to the encampment, there might be nothing left or very little left. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say at this point other than I've cozied up here in the flood tent. I'm gonna keep coming back here as long as I can, as long as this still stands. And yeah, so we'll see what Alfred is capable of. I just have to sit and chill here in the meantime. I don't know how much longer I'll keep being able to return to the spot. The winds are getting pretty bad and I don't want to get crushed by a tree. So we just have to see what happens here. But anytime I can get a break in rain, wind, should it really get that serious as they're saying, I'll come here, well, until this potentially goes underwater at least, so. Kind of like a bittersweet thing, you know. I might, you know, the encampment may never be the same again. This could be it. This could be the end. 2 and a bit years of my life over just like that. Let's see what happens, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't predict the future. For all I know, nothing will happen and everything will be fine and all this was for nothing. Or the opposite. Maybe I'm just sitting here talking about this because in my head it's gonna just make things go slower and delay the inedible, or inedible? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Maybe I keep saying I'm not gonna go back, but I go back across because I want to capture the beauty of the encampment one last time before I potentially never see it again. I don't know. I don't know. Really, I'm just waiting for the end at this point. I don't know what there is left to do. All I can do is sit and wait for the end. So, Alfred, since there's nothing much more I can do, bring it on. Do your worst. Because it doesn't matter what me or anyone else says, you're a cyclone. You'll do whatever you do. Well, I always wondered how this series could potentially end, and honestly, if it ends this way, if this is how the encampment goes down, well, that's gonna be quite the way to go. See you guys on the other side, I guess.
So without power, it was off to Macca's to steal their power supply for a bit. Oh, and their Wi-Fi and nuggies. So I chowed down on some nuggies, did some editing, transferred some clips over and charged up my devices, and soon enough before I knew it, there was some rain starting to come through.
Currently stopping at a bridge that is known to flood. Just want to kind of see, oh, slippery, where the water level's at right now. It is raining a bit, so we'll see what happens. Little bit moist out here, not gonna lie. Oof, a bit cold. Wonder if I've got power at home or not. I have no idea. Find out soon enough once I am done here.
Yeah, there's like no water here at all. Like, the rain is kind of starting to pick up, but at the moment there's like nothing here. Like, look at this. Do I dare go down? Is it safe? I don't know. Like how slippery this is. Like, ooh. Okay, it doesn't feel too bad. It's actually pretty grippy. Alright, I'm good. I'm good, I think. Okay, let's go under the bridge. This is usually all goes under. Okay, we're quite dry under here. Okay then, of course there's all the usual garbage that you find on the bridges. I'm like the troll in that one story. Oh, it's weird, I can hear the cars above me. Okay, well, as you can see, this is where the water flows through. My encampment is up that way, like down this creek way, so that's where that way is. The wind is, not the wind, the rain's kind of starting to pick up a bit. But like, yeah, this bridge usually goes under in any major floods, so yeah. But at the moment, there's like no water at all. Guess we'll head back to the flood tent now and yeah, I don't know, see what happens next. I think this is enough of hiding under bridges right now. I'm not looking forward to walking back in that rain. Oh, yeah, it's picked up a bit and it's freezing. Oh well, it's fine. Alright, so I'm back here at the flood tent. Still no power. It's been quite rainy, but no water level rise yet. At the moment, just been busy cleaning, sandbagging, got a generator running, all that kind of stuff, but enough of that. We're focused here on the bush, because that's what this series is about. Bush life, not house life. Yeah, as for down here, it's pretty chill at the moment. The wind's kind of died down for now. And it's just a bit of a waiting game to see what happens here. It's like, I'm as prepared as I can be right now. It's all about waiting for Alfred to make the next move, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Just been preparing for complete annihilation, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's what's been going on. But as of right now, everything is calm. Everything is chill. It's good. It's good. All is well for the time being. But the real question remains if it'll stay like this. But for the time being, I am just stuck here at the flood tent to avoid getting crushed by a tree over there. Alright, I'm back here at the flood tent, guys. This is going to be my last check-in for today. Cyclone, I can't decide if I want to make landfall or not. Alfred may or may not hit tomorrow or Saturday morning. I don't even know what he's doing anymore. But yeah, today, we're still alive. So that's how we're ending it. Here comes Friday. So apparently Alfred is a category 1 now, or is going to be when it makes landfall. Look, if you've seen the memes, you know, this thing is the most confusing cyclone ever. Is it hidden or not? What is happening? I don't understand. Is my encampment getting wiped out or not? Like, there is no wind. There's the slightest bit of rain, and it's been like that all day. It's midday, and there's nothing. And apparently it's been delayed now to midday Saturday. This thing keeps getting delayed. It's just going to fizzle out and die at this rate. What has happened? I don't know. I don't understand Alfred. Alfred makes no sense. Really doesn't. Alfred doesn't have the logic. I don't know. I guess tonight's going to be kind of the deciding factor if anything's going to go down. And if it gets delayed again, this rate it's not even hitting.
Ugh. Loki, the average cyclone enjoyer. How long is this going to take? Okay, but like, seriously, why is the blue... I don't think I need to elaborate on the blue sky. I think that speaks for itself, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't understand Alfred. He's a weird man. Although we have been getting some rain. Like, this is flowing a lot more than it was before. And the water's gone up a little bit higher. I believe it was not by much. It's around there before, now it's there, but it has risen. Like that gap there's gotten bigger, so it's, you know, it's doing stuff. You know, that's the creek plant there, my other little plant I got there. You know, wind's starting to pick up again, but what is that blue sky? Seriously, I don't even know what's going on here. Like, where'd the Alfred at? Popped over to the encampment just quickly. The sun's out. You know, looking at this, it's almost as if we're not going to get a cyclone. What is this? Are we going to be lucky? Are we going to actually survive this? I'm not going to lie, there's a good chance we survive this. It's been dropped to a category 1. So, it's been delayed more. I don't even know if we're going to get this cyclone, to be honest. I feel like there's been a bunch of fuss for nothing. Although I'm kind of annoyed all my preparations seemingly for nothing. You know, we might just come out of this unscathed. We might just survive. There we go, we can say the encampment survived the cyclone. Saddest cyclone to ever exist, Alfred. I don't know, like right now, I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. Like, I'm feeling pretty sure the sun's out, okay? Even though this thing's meant to be, like, causing havoc right now. The sun's out. Like, I don't know. I was kind of on edge for a bit, but now I'm just kind of laid back, chill. I don't know if we're really going to actually get anything. It doesn't feel like anything's going to happen anymore. It's just overly calm. Like, I'm not going to lie. I feel like we're going to be okay. I feel like we're going to be okay. Because I'm not kidding when I say, I don't even feel worried anymore. Like, what it was a few days ago is not what it is now. I'm not too fussed. Maybe some rain and wind is still to come, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we're gonna come out of this alright. It really does just feel like a normal overcast day. Bit of wind, bit of rain. Like, compared to the end of 2022, or no, it's 2023, end of 2023, when we got the flooding down here, this is nothing. This is probably one of the least, this is like, out of all the rain events I've had happen down here, this is at the bottom right now. Nothing's happened. Oh, come on. The sun is out, the sky is blue, the whole place is lit up with sunlight right now. Really? I will say this rain has been absolutely great for the plants, which is good stuff. I'm hoping we still get a bit more rain to really settle all this stuff in to help Project Overgrowth. Like, this is good. I should be thanking Alfred. He's done nothing but good for me right now. This place looking chill as ever. Back here at the flood tent, you know, it's quite nice and sunny right now, actually. Sun's out, weather's nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be dead honest here. I feel like, from what I'm looking, what Alfred seems to be doing, I feel like it's just gonna fizzle out and kind of not really do anything, to be honest with you. I'm not, like, a few days ago I was like, oh, we're gonna get annihilated, we're gonna get obliterated. In fact, that's practically me yesterday, but now, like, it's been delayed again to Saturday, midday instead of morning, and it just keeps getting delayed. It's now down to a category 1. I just feel like it's gonna kind of fizzle out into nothing, you know? Might get a bit of wind and rain at most. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really worried anymore. I feel like, well, I
feel like people are just enjoying their free time off work, if anything, in school. I think that's what people are enjoying out of this, so, hey, I won't say no. But, yeah, I'm not really seeing this becoming a big thing at all. I feel like it's just going to kind of fizzle out and disappear as if it were never there. But those are just my thoughts. Haven't really done a whole lot today. It's been mostly just gaming. Just because when the sun's out and the weather's nice, it's not much to really document, so... Honestly, I really don't see much more happening from this. I feel like this whole thing's going to fizzle away, and we're all just going to forget it ever happened. Look, the sun's shining down on me right now. Everything's glorious. It's peaceful. I think we're going to be alright. Well, probably going to end off today here. Not much really happened today other than that slight little water rise. Clouds are back, wind's kind of back, but not much is really happening, to be honest. The sun's been out all afternoon, blue sky. This has only happened in like the past half hour, so as I said, I don't think anything's really going to come of this at all. At least not where I am, I guess. I honestly don't think Alfred's going to do that much. I don't think that. So, I'm going to leave off today here. I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. And I guess I'll just keep filming until it is confirmed Alfred is no longer here, I guess. Just in case something does go down. But I think we're good. I think we're chill. That is the most flooding that has happened. Wind's definitely picking up a lot more than it was before. I hope I don't end up eating my words from just a few hours ago. Yeah, look at all that. It's meant to make a landfall within a few hours. Things are actually starting to pick up. I may have spoken too soon, I don't know. Look at that wind. Look at that. Oh my. Yeah, I don't know. See what happens. Oh, it's blowing cold water at me. Oh, I think that rain's really about to come in. I think it's like right there. It's like it's about to hit. I don't know, that wind's like really picking up now. It's weird to think a few hours ago sun was out, sun was shining, and now we got this. I just got rain in my mouth. That rain, I keep thinking it's getting closer, but then it doesn't quite hit. What are you doing, Alfred? What are you doing? It's quite dark out that way. Not picking up much. It's more bright this way. It's all just cloudy up there. I don't know what Alfred's doing. What's your plans, Alfred? Oh, here comes that wind.
temperature just drops and the rain just... Yeah. Yeah. Do you agree, Tank? Do you agree? He's not even paying attention. The rain is coming in now. Here comes Alfred. Alright, it's a new day. The encampment looking good as ever. Flood tent looking good as ever. Cyclone Alfred hit last night at around midnight to 1 in the morning. And it wasn't too bad at all, just like I thought actually. There was a bit of wind, some rain, nothing really destructive at all. There's very minor flooding, it's very minor, not much flooding is happening down here at all right now. Everything is still standing, no trees have really come down. It went from a category 2 to 1 when it made landfall, and now it's a tropical low. So I reckon this thing is just going to kind of fizzle out and die. The main worry now is just the rain that's left over, which is causing some pretty bad flooding for other people, but here, I think we're going to be alright. Like, this is the flood right now. It's only like just at that bottom staircase. Like, it's barely under. Like, it's very minor. It hasn't even hit the chain there, as you can see. Everything over there is fine. Yeah, not much has really happened at all. So going off this and the limited rain we have been getting, I expect it to still rise a bit. It may reach the chain, but I don't think it's going to break the banks or anything crazy. I don't see that happening. This is kind of, I think, just going to kind of die out, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, really starting to pick up rain down here, and actually notice something I didn't notice before actually, which, yeah, one of the tents is actually down. The side tent for the main tent's gone. It's still there, but it's come down, so I'm not too sure what's happened. But yeah, that's not good, because that means everything under there is exposed to the elements. So I'm not sure how that's come undone. I'm assuming it's been torn. From what I'm seeing, everything else is okay from here. It's a bit hard to see. You can't really see it from here, but it's not there. It's not there. Alright, you can kind of see a bit right there being held up by something. I'm not too sure what that is. There must be something under it. But yeah, it is down, so obviously I can't go and see what's going on. I think that's the only casualty I've faced, which must have been from the initial landfall of Alfred last night when the winds were actually up. But at the rate things are going, I feel like that is probably going to be the worst of the damages. Except unless maybe the chain breaking, but that's normal stuff. I think we're going to be alright down here. Depending on how bad the tarp is, it might have just come loose and I can just hitch it back on and I'll be alright.
We'll see. Hey guys, it's been a few hours. Rain's been really starting to come down and, well, I was right, the creek has definitely risen. See right there, it's a lot higher than it was before. I've been enjoying my nice little flood chair, arguably a bit wet. It is a bit wet, but I've been enjoying it. It's been nice to sit by the creek, watching the floods. As you can see, it is getting pretty high to the flood tent too. So yeah, a lot more of the steps are covered up now. It is nearing the rope and it is still rising. Everything still looks okay over there. Wind's starting to pick up again. So yeah, that's that. So I guess that's the latest creek update. Well, I thought things being okay, and well, technically I was correct. Cyclone Alfred actually isn't really going to cause a problem. It's already kind of past us now. The problem is the rain that's going to follow it, actually. That's the more serious issue here. Not Alfred, the aftermath rain. So, as much as Alfred hasn't really been an issue, as far as flooding and the rain's going, that could actually still be quite serious. Just coming in here to the flood tent. Really just trying to get in here. It's quite windy. And it's quite a bit of rain. I think we're okay in here. Still nice and dry in here. It's weird. It's such a weird design, this tent, but it works. Like, the wind barely affects it, and it stays dry, like, in this part. It's so weird. Like, but it works, and that's what's great about the flood tent. But, yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of just keeping tabs on the creek, watching it rise bit by bit. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know how high this thing could potentially rise. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye and an ear out. Just trying to be as safe as possible here, you know? Like, as far as I know, the encampment, apart from the side tent, is okay. But, I don't know, I can only see kind of like the gym tent, main tent, and a bit of the OG tent and the garden tent. As for all the others, they're kind of out of my view. I don't know how they're holding up. The pond should be doing well. The pond should be getting heaps of good stuff right now, which is good. Okay, you can see the dining tent through there is still up by the looks of it. I think you can't really see it, but King Toast's tent looks to be still up. The water hasn't reached my little door across the creek there just yet. You can kind of see it right there. So yeah, that's still all intact. Can't wait to see what happened to the side tent when this is over. I'd love to know what went wrong. The main tent looks a little bit funny on one side as well. There's a chance a branch may have fallen and collapsed a good portion, which is fine. I've actually got one spare tarp, so that's probably the easiest thing I can fix. Any more kind of like damages though might not be as easy to fix. I don't know. It's all just one big waiting game. Again, the flood waters are rising. We've survived Alfred, but now we've just got to deal with the flood waters he leaves behind as he goes further into the land. And well, he is a tropical low right now. There is still always that chance he could grow again. But yeah, flood waters right now are the biggest worry and concern. So while we have survived Alfred, well, still plenty more to come. And of course, there's always the chance Alfred decides to leave a bit more of a lasting impact and decide to come and do a bit more damage. You never know. The creek's definitely picking up in its flow and starting to flow a lot quicker. I reckon we've got maybe an hour or two before it reaches the chain. Well, guess we best brace ourselves for the next part of this whole thing. The flooding. Because it's about to get wild. This is where things could actually start to get serious and go wrong. Even though the winds aren't really here. Yeah, this flood water could be a problem. Could really turn into a big issue. There is always still that chance it breaks the banks and floods through the encampment.